When I was still 23 and as a student at art college, I really wanted to write my dissertation on Brâncuși sculptures in Turkish Yew, the three pieces, the Table of Silence, the Kiss Gate and the Endless Column. So I actually came to Romania when it was still behind the Iron Curtain to see those pieces of work, and I think they have been really important works throughout my kind of life as an artist. So coming back now, all these years later, and revisiting them has been a fantastic connection. So I think it was probably through Brâncuși that I was introduced to Paul Neagu's work. And I think there is a thread which you can trace right through those artists, which I think has really influenced a lot of my thinking as an artist as well. As an artist, I don't usually perform my works in public spaces with an audience. I've done a lot of performance works, but they tend to be things which I've filmed, so people might see the film rather than the actual performance. And a lot of those are not inside buildings, but outside in sort of exterior spaces, and it's a relation between myself, the material, and the location that I think is really, really important in the work. The museum was really quite a surprise to me. It's a very beautiful building. It's not the sort of building that I'm at all used to making artworks in. So I think in some ways that's quite interesting to be here and to be doing that. I think in terms of the work, there's a really clear thread which I think connects all the artists in the exhibition, and I hope myself included. And you can see the connections between what Brâncuși was attempting to do and then into Paul Neagu's work, which is very much about the body and its physicality and its relation to kind of exterior forces, both through his drawings, sculpture, and the performance work. And I think I kind of seeing what I do as being part of that legacy, if you like. So there's a strong continuum of thought or ideas or philosophy, if you like, which I think starts here with the Kiss, and I hope traces its way through all the works. You know, in a way, when you're performing in front of an audience, it's a very different experience, and I don't know, sitting here now before we do it, quite what that dynamic is going to be. I mean, it might be no one comes and it becomes quite a private experience, or it might be there's a room full of people who either engaged or not engaged, and I think all that dialogue, if you like, is something which is beyond my control, and I think it can feed the work in very different ways. So it's a little bit of an unknown as I sit here now before the performance to know exactly what that might feel like in a way. I guess I know what the work means for me, or what it is I'm trying to explore as an artist. How people respond to that, I really don't know. And I think it's really about trying to understand, I don't want to sound too pretentious, but in a way my own mortality, you know, and the idea of, you know, the forces that one has within one's own body, but understanding that these disperse, disseminate, travel. So the materials I'm using are materials which are organic matter, several millions of years old, which in this instance I've taken from a quarry and will become a mark on the wall and will fall to the floor and will disappear into the Romanian air as dust, if you like. So I think it's really about trying to understand my own physicality as a human being, my own relationship to very fundamental materials of the world, but also thinking in a way about my own mortality, if you like. in some ways it comes back to, you know, a lot of what Brâncuși was trying to do with his work, which was just, it was a reductive process of simplifying form, if you like, put very crudely. I mean, we're sitting next to the Kiss, and if you think of Rodin's Kiss, which could not have been more extrovert, over the top, we've got here a piece which is so wonderfully simple and understated, and in a sense the real essence of what I think his journey was as a sculptor. And I guess what I've been working with is trying to reduce that process to something really simple. And I guess it's about my own physicality in relation to this piece of stone, which is awkward, which is heavy, which makes me feel clumsy and difficult. And it's about that counterbalance between my own physicality and this really fundamental primal material, which is a piece of chalk dug from a quarry.